All right, awesome. So it looks like we're live. We're using OBS here, so it's a little bit different. But guys, welcome. Today we're going to be going over the 3-day fast. Super, excited to be going over this information with you guys. It's information that has helped change my life in just such an incredible way. Um, and I want to share with you exactly what I'm doing, what I've done to achieve, the fast results. And I also want to go over like how to do it, right? How do you fast? How do you do the 3-day fast? We're going to get into it right now. Super excited to be sharing this information with you guys. And I've done, probably well over 10 fasts in my life. And the most recent one was a 7-day liquid only fast. I did do a 5-day water fast, which was incredible. And on that very last day, I was actually in a float tank, microdosing, right? So I was in a float tank. It was incredible, microdosing on some THC edibles. And that can be a different video for another time. But I do want to go over how to do the fast correctly. But real fast, let me drink my beet, celery, lemon, ginger, kale, and other cruciferous green juice here. I mean, this stuff is just incredible. If you guys haven't gotten into juicing or blending, highly recommend it. If you want to cleanse your body, if you want to feel absolutely incredible, juicing is where it's at, blending is where it's at, and fasting. So first we're going to go over why someone would want to fast, and then we're going to go into the protocol, how to actually do the fast effectively, how to do it healthy. I'm not a doctor, so make sure you consult with your doctor before you do any of this stuff. So basically, like with the fast, why are you doing the fast? I think you should have an intention. The intention is the most important thing when it comes to doing these fasts, right? So what is your intention for going into this fast, right? It's extremely important to have that intention when you go into a fast. What do you want to break through, right? Do you have a business that you're running and you want to break through? You have a huge plateau right now, and you're going to use this fast to really break through and to think differently, to become more. Or is it, addiction? Is it pain? Is it things you're holding on to? Is it relationships you're holding on to? Is it a health crisis, right? What is it for you? And this experience is for you. It's for no one else. It is simply for you alone. We're doing one this Friday. In like 2 days, we're going to have a couple people do the fast. And it's going to be such an incredible time. But what is your intention, right? What is your intention going into this fast? And what is the person that you want to become? Who is the person you want to be breaking through and ending the fast? Like, what is your intention? So you should only do a fast if you have an intention. Is it to get closer to God? Is it to get closer and more connected spiritually? What's your intention? It's the most important thing ever, and you want to write that down before you do this fast. Now, with the fast, it's extremely important that you do this specific protocol going into the fast, and then when you leave the fast, it's extremely important to end the fast in a specific way. I hope this is going through. This is my first time streaming, so I do apologize if it's a little bit choppy. But starting the fast, one of the most important things that you guys need to do is how you do it, right? How you start the fast is really, really important, right? So for me, my opinion, my personal opinion, my anecdotal advice, and what I've done and what I've seen other experts do in this field, people that do these fasts, and they do actually much longer fasts. If you think that you can only, be alive for 3 days, right? Like if you think you're going to die after 3 days of not eating anything, then you have gone 20, 30, 40 days on a water only fast, and it's honestly pretty supernatural. It's incredible. And I believe, in my personal opinion, that there's some type of spiritual energy and power that is keeping these people alive, right? They're on a mission. They have that intention, and that intention is the most important thing when you do the fast. You need to make sure that you have a strong enough intention. You have to have that strong enough why that will make you cry, and you will do the fast effectively. If you don't have the why, if you don't have the intention, it's not going to work out. You're going to grab for the chips. You're going to grab for the food. So this is a challenge, right? It is a challenge. It's a spiritual challenge. It's a quest. We know that Jesus went on a 30-day water fast for 30 days and 30 nights in the forest, and I think every single person should go through this 100%. My phone's popping up here. So how do you start the fast, right? I would recommend the week prior to be on a vegan vegetarian diet. I don't think that vegan vegetarian diet long term is the healthiest thing. I do recommend for most people to consume, some type of animal product, whether it's raw cheese, grass-fed animal products. Make sure that you get some of that stuff in if you are depleted. And I know a lot of vegans and vegetarians do get depleted over time with certain nutrition deficiencies over time. I know that I used to be vegan, I used to be vegetarian, and I would hate when people said that. But it is true, you can get some deficiencies, right? So if you are vegan, vegetarian, make sure on the spirulina, the chlorella, the B12, all the protocols, make sure you take all those vitamins. For vegetarian, you can do the eggs, the fish, etc. But for this week, you wanna actually be like a vegan vegetarian going in, because this is a cleansing experience. This is a breakthrough experience. The master yogis, the monks, master monks, they're usually vegetarian and vegan, and that's how you're gonna be like spiritually the most open, right? If you're a meat eater, you're gonna be really into this materialistic world, right? If you're consuming meat all the time, red meat all the time, if you're a cow, like you're here, you're in this world, you're in the physical, in this physical space. And then if you start to become a vegan, vegetarian, and you do the spirulina, and you do all this stuff, the chlorella, then you're going to kind of float away. And we do see that with some of these people. They do kind of like float away, and they're very universal, right? And for me personally, I like to like be grounded in the middle. That's why I do consume animal products. I don't want to be too far out in that universal mind. I have been there. I know what it's like. But I'm going to bring you guys into that universal mind through this fast so you can actually experience it in your life. I think every single person should experience this universal mind in this fast, whether it's a 3-day, 5-day, 7-day. That's 7 days is the max that I personally recommend. I know that there's masters that do 30, 40 days plus. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And I believe that they do it. So going in, I recommend to, the week prior to this fast, you can start right now if you want to do it this Friday, but start to really eat light, right? Going into the fast, you want to be really light. You want to do a plant-based diet, just simple, ingredients like apples, ginger. You can get some spices like turmeric, cayenne pepper, kale, lettuce, sweet potato. Just eat really light, quinoa. Eat very, very, very light. If you need animal products, just do the eggs, do some raw cheese you can find in Trader Joe's. Like, just go to Trader Joe's, eat really healthy, clean stuff. Try to eliminate all the meat, because I really want you to go on this spiritual experience, right? It's very eye-opening. It's incredible. So the week prior, make sure that you guys are very light, in a very cleansing diet. Get on the juices, right? Get on the herbs, get on the super herbs, get on the superfoods, get on the super mushrooms, get on the juices, right? Do the sprouted seeds, do the sprouted quinoa, get on that stuff. A week prior, eat really clean, really healthy. You can start, cleansing with the activated charcoal and lemon and sea salt. You can do the chlorella and the spirulina. You can do the C60. Whatever your protocol is, get in your fasted state. Intermittent fasting every single day leading up to it is important too. So you want to eat really healthy. You can do the intermittent fasting leading up to it. On day one, there's actually 3 different things that you can do that we're going to talk about. First stage, we're going to talk about like the hardest thing possible, which is just water, right? Just water. So leading up, you want to be in a really cleansing state, right? And then when you hit your first day, it's just water all day. Just water. That's it. That's all you consume for the 3 days, actually, is just water. And it's physically possible. Make sure you guys consult your doctor if you have any health issues or anything like that. Make sure you guys are healthy going into this. You don't want to be like really sick, really depleted from things. Um, and you want to do just 3 days with water. That's the hardest one. That's the most liberating experience. It's the most spiritual experience. That is the number one way to really have a breakthrough, is just the water, because it's so easy for us. You know, food is such a drug, right? Food is the biggest drug ever, and you know, a lot of people stuff their pain away. They consume food and they'll grab for food because they're actually trying to cover up the inner pain in here. And when you have nothing in here, then you deal with all your problems right in front of you. That's why I like the float tank so much, because you experience all of your issues. You're in there for 2 hours, right? And then if you take some THC or some microdosing psychedelics, you really have this experience where everything, like all your problems in life, are right in front of you, right? And you have to deal with them for 2 hours. With the 3-day water fast, it's even more intense because it's 3 days in isolation with just your thoughts. And you have to deal and break through all your toughest issues, all of your past experiences, childhood issues. Everything is going to come up. It's going to be tough. These 3 days are going to be one of the toughest 3 days of your life. It's going to be really, really tough. But I know that you guys can get through it. You guys can absolutely get through it. If your intention is strong enough, if your why is strong enough, you can absolutely get through this. Anything is possible if you believe. If you believe, you're halfway there. So number one is going to be believing. Can you do it? Do you believe that you can do this? I believe that you can. I've done it. I've seen hundreds of people do it. And we're going to get a bunch of people this Friday to do it with us. And I invite you to our next one if you're actually missing this. You can reach me on Instagram at Thomas Messon, ThomasMessen, Thomas Messon on Instagram. You can reach out to me. I'll contact you there. I'm also on Facebook, same name, Snapchat, everywhere, just Thomas Messon. And I'm on this quest with you guys. I'm on your side. I'm on this quest with you guys. And so the hardest stage is going to be the three days of just water. If you want to make it a little bit easier, this is stage 2. So if you don't want to go that intense, because it's really an intense experience, you're going to battle a lot of inner demons. You're going to go through a lot of stress, blood, sweat, and tears. You're going to break through. You're going to be different at the end of it. I recommend that. That's what I recommend, just the water. If that's a little bit hard for you and this is your first time ever doing a fast and you want it to be a little bit easier, then what you can do is you do the water. You can incorporate some lemon in it, incorporate some charcoal in it, and then you can just, that's stage 2, so that's the second hardest, right? Very effective. And I do recommend people that have done 3-day water fast and just do the water, I do recommend to try that as well, where it's just the water, lemon, and charcoal, and that's it. Try that as well. If you're experienced, I would recommend to try that as well. It's really deep cleansing. The lemon and the charcoal are really good cleansers and detoxifiers. And so I do recommend that as well. If you have only done water fast, I think that's a great protocol. And then, so that's going to be easy because you're going to have the sea salt in there. I'm sorry, I did. So sea salt. So it's lemon, right? So it's lemon, water, charcoal, sea salt. That's the second easiest stage, right? So you have just water, then you have the charcoal, right? The lemon, the sea salt, and the water is going to be the second easiest, right? Or it's going to be easier than just the water. And then on that third stage, this is going to be the easiest one. Liquids only. So it's just going to be water. You can do the lemon, the charcoal, the sea salt, and then you can do juices, right? Right here, we got the juices. You can do celery juice. You can do cucumber juice, which I really do recommend these. And if you are experienced, try this protocol as well. Whereas just the 3-day, liquid only fast, where you're blending up kale, blending up spinach, blending up celery, or you can juice it. And don't do any fruits. You don't want any sugar at all. You just want to do the green. Just green, no sugar at all in these 3 days. You want to be in ketosis. right? Because I want you to feel what I'm talking about here. So if you want to do the hardest thing possible, you want to do the water. That's going to be the deepest cleansing, deepest emotional cleansing. You're going to experience feelings from your childhood, right? When you just do the water. So that's the best, right? That's the healthiest. That's the best. That's going to be the strongest effect, right? If that's going to be too hard for you, you can try to do, which I would recommend, honestly, if this is your first ever time, is going to be the water, the charcoal, the sea salt, and the lemon. That's going to be great for people just starting off. And then if that's going to be too hard for you and you really just want this to be an enjoyable, easy experience, and you're going to lose a lot of weight doing this as well, and the third would be just the liquid diet. So it would just be the lemon, the charcoal, the sea salt, the juices, the green juices, and that's basically it. And then it would just be 3 days, right? So that's it right there. But then what's really, really important is how you finish the fast. So you have to make sure. So if you're doing a 3-day water fast, you need to make sure when you come off, half of the fast that you do is you're coming off very like clean eating, right? So if you do 3 days, it's 1.5 days, a day and a half of like very, very clean eating. So that would be like salads. It would be just super, super simple, easy to digest foods. You can come back on like watermelon or grapes. A salad is fantastic. Don't eat any meat. Don't eat anything that's really going to give you digestive issues. I would say if you're doing the 3-day fast, 2 days after should be very just clean eating. You're still in your vegetarian, vegan diet. And then after the 2 days, you can slowly transition back into your normal way of life. But that's the protocol. So I would say, a week going into it should be a very cleansing, clean, vegetarian, vegan diet. It could be 2 days before, but if you really want it to be an amazing time, try to do a week, right? A week of just really clean vegetarian diet going into it, and then on that first day, it's just the water for 3 days. Or, like I said, the 2 other easier protocols you can implement into them where it's just liquids only, essentially. So it's a 3-day liquid only fast. And then you're going to come off of it gracefully with a vegan, vegetarian diet. And then you can incorporate your standard diet, right? So I do recommend it. I really recommend everyone do this at least once to twice a year. And the best time to do is actually right now during spring. There's a reason why they call it spring cleaning. And so it's the equinox and the equinox, right? Those are the same things. But basically during the spring and then, like going into winter. And then when winter's done, you want to do it again, right? So when winter's over and the seasons start changing, you want to do it again. So whenever the seasons start changing, that's an incredible way to do these fasts. It's an incredible time to do these fasts, is what I mean, right? So right now, fantastic time. It's the fall. Fantastic time to do it, right? Because it's summer turning into winter, and you want to do it in those transition periods, right? So we just had a great summer. Now it's, fall. You want to do the fast, a 3 to 5 day water fast, and then you can go through it the whole entire winter. And then once it starts to turn into spring, right, you want to make sure that you're doing the another fast. And I think I got those mixed up. It's fall right now here. So we want to do a fast in the fall. And then in the spring, we want to do another fast. So I recommend 2 times a year. So if you guys got value from this, let me know. And if you want to join us on a 3-day water fast, then reach out to me on Instagram. It's @ThomasMessin. You can follow me there. And I'm going to start producing more content here on YouTube. So hopefully you guys got some value. If you did, please like this video and leave a comment with something that you learned as well. Leave a comment with your experience with fasting. I would honestly love to hear your feedback on fasting. Have you fasted before? If you have, let me know your experience. Leave it down below, and I will reply and look at all of them. So thank you guys so much for your time. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and we will see you guys in the next one. See ya.